What if I told you that the most powerful woman in Monaco doesn't wear a crown, doesn't run for office, and doesn't need the spotlight? Yet every move in this billionaire playground seems to orbit around her. She's known only as the wife of Zeus, the mysterious billionaire who rules the Riviera with quiet confidence. But those who've met her say the real power doesn't belong to Zeus, it belongs to her. Behind closed doors, in private lounges overlooking the Monte Carlo harbor, her influence stretches far beyond luxury. From billion-dollar art deals to silent takeovers of fashion houses, her name never appears on the surface. Yet her signature echoes in every contract, every whispered conversation of Monaco's elite. She doesn't seek attention, she controls it. Welcome back to Inside the Billionaires, the channel where we uncover the untold empires and hidden figures shaping the world's wealthiest circles. If you love exploring the secret world of power, luxury, and mystery, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because today we're diving into the story of a woman who may be the true Queen of Monaco. They say behind every great man stands a woman, but in this case, she might be the one truly pulling the strings. She walks through Monaco like a whisper, rarely seen, never forgotten. No red carpet appearances, no interviews, no scandals. Just the occasional glimpse. A silhouette stepping out of a black Rolls-Royce near Hôtel de Paris, a reflection in a mirrored window at a yacht gala, or a hand adorned with an emerald so rare that even collectors whisper her name with awe. To most, she's a mystery. To those who know her, she's the silent queen. The wife of Zeus has built her presence on absence. While others chase cameras, she moves like a shadow in a city of light. Even her photos are almost impossible to find, each one more like a rumor than a record. People talk about her calm gaze, her quiet authority, the way billionaires seem to pause mid-conversation when she walks into a room. Some call it charm, others call it control. But everyone agrees on one thing: her silence speaks louder than any headline. In a world where fame is currency, she has chosen anonymity as her armor. No social media, no public statements, no trace of ego. And yet, her name opens doors that money alone never could. The most exclusive circles in Monaco, private investment dinners, off-market real estate deals, and secret art auctions whisper about her like a myth. She is the enigma that defines Zeus's world, untouchable, elegant, and always one step ahead of the spotlight. Rumors swirl that she is the unseen hand guiding Zeus's empire, that every major decision he makes passes through her quiet counsel first. They say he's the face, but she's the force. Those who underestimate her mistake silence for submission. But power like hers doesn't shout. It moves with precision. Some call her lucky, others say she's dangerous. But one truth remains unshakable. In a city filled with power players, she doesn't need to fight for attention. She already has what others crave: control without exposure, respect without noise, and influence without risk. And as the night settles over Monaco, when the yachts dim their lights and the billionaires retreat behind glass walls, one question lingers in the air like perfume. If Zeus rules Monaco by day, who truly rules it by night? Power in Monaco doesn't always come from titles or fortunes. It comes from access. And Zeus's wife seems to have more access than anyone else. While Zeus commands attention with wealth and charisma, she wields quiet influence through relationships that stretch far beyond the borders of the principality. Behind her discreet smile lies a network connecting Europe's most elusive financiers, Middle Eastern art patrons, and American venture capitalists who prefer to remain invisible. Her contacts are not just friends. They are gateways to opportunity, each one a thread in an intricate web of influence she's been weaving for years. She's known to attend private gatherings that never make it to social media, dinners hosted in candlelit villas overlooking the sea, where a single conversation can move millions of dollars. The guest list includes royals, investors, fashion icons, and philanthropists, but no one ever dares to speak about what's discussed. They say when she speaks, others listen. Not because she's loud, but because her words carry the weight of decisions that could shift markets. Through her network, luxury brands secure exclusive investors, galleries gain anonymous patrons, and new ventures rise quietly under her watchful eye. It's not just money that follows her, it's trust, loyalty, and curiosity. Some claim she's the invisible link connecting Monaco's old money with the rising generation of global elites. In a society built on appearances, she plays a deeper game: influence without exposure, control without confrontation. And her reach doesn't stop at business. Art, charity, real estate. Every domain that defines Monaco's prestige seems to orbit around her silent touch. A subtle recommendation from her can transform a struggling boutique into a sensation overnight. A single introduction she arranges can change the fate of an entrepreneur. Her influence is not written in headlines, but in the unspoken agreements that hold the elite together. Many call her the bridge between worlds, a title she neither claims nor denies. But those close to Zeus know that whenever a deal seems too perfect, her fingerprints are somewhere in the fine print. She's not chasing power, she's shaping it. And while others compete for visibility, she's already built something far more enduring, a quiet empire hidden behind the world's brightest lights. In Monaco, where every move is photographed and every secret becomes a headline, true power lies in the ability to disappear. Zeus's wife has mastered that art better than anyone. She's not on social media, she never gives interviews, and her name is rarely printed, but her presence is everywhere. While influencers compete for likes and exposure, she practices a different kind of dominance, the luxury of invisibility. Her absence from the spotlight isn't a coincidence, it's a strategy. She understands that mystery is the ultimate currency in a place where everyone is trying to be seen. People talk about her without ever truly knowing her. They describe moments: an elegant woman entering a gala through a private entrance, a handwritten note that sealed a multi-million-dollar collaboration, a quiet smile exchanged with a prince. Every story about her adds another layer to her legend, blurring the line between myth and truth. And perhaps that's exactly how she wants it, because as long as no one knows the full story, she stays untouchable. Invisibility for her is not hiding, it's control. When you cannot be traced, you cannot be targeted. While others are chased by gossip and tabloids, she moves freely, shaping events behind the scenes. She chooses when to appear, how to appear, and most importantly, when to vanish. Even the city's most curious journalists admit they can't find a single verified photo of her attending public events in the past 5 years. That silence isn't weakness, it's a wall. In a world built on noise, she thrives in quiet. She lets rumors protect her truth, lets distance preserve her image, and lets curiosity keep her relevant. For Zeus's wife, anonymity is not a retreat, it's a weapon. Because when the world stops seeing you, it starts imagining you. And imagination, especially in Monaco, is far more powerful than any photograph. As the yachts glimmer under the night sky and cameras flash across Monte Carlo, she remains unseen yet omnipresent, watching, planning, and staying 3 steps ahead. The city may think it knows its royalty, but the most powerful figure in Monaco's social hierarchy isn't the one on the balcony. It's the one no one ever sees. They say fashion is a form of language, and Zeus's wife speaks it fluently without uttering a sound. In Monaco, where glamour is routine, her elegance stands apart. Not loud, not exaggerated, but deliberate. She doesn't need a logo to prove worth or a headline to validate power. Her wardrobe is a masterclass in subtlety. Perfectly tailored silhouettes, muted colors, and rare jewels that only a few eyes in the world would recognize. Everything she wears has meaning, every accessory tells a story, and every appearance feels calculated down to the heartbeat. Those who've seen her in person describe a magnetic calm, the kind that turns heads without trying. At charity galas, her entrance isn't about attention, it's about energy. She doesn't compete with others, she redefines the room's balance. Even fashion editors whisper that brands quietly adjust their collections after she's seen wearing something. In a city obsessed with being noticed, she wields the opposite approach: understated luxury as dominance. Her influence in style extends beyond appearance. She invests in design houses, supports emerging creators, and decides which trends will quietly fade or rise again. A simple bracelet she wears to a private dinner can send shockwaves through auction houses the next week. Yet, despite her reach, she never claims the credit. That's her power, making others feel like they discovered it themselves. Her look isn't about vanity, it's her armor, her silent signal that says, "I don't need to be the loudest to be the most powerful." The real secret of her allure lies not in beauty or fashion, but in restraint. She lets mystery do the talking, elegance draw the lines, and silence seal the message. And as the flashlights fade and the crowd wonders where she's gone, they all realize the same thing. While others dress to impress, she dresses to rule. Every empire has a shadow, and hers is built in silence. While Zeus's name dominates headlines and investment reports, her empire thrives beneath the surface, discreet, elegant, and incredibly strategic. She doesn't sit on company boards or appear in shareholder meetings, yet her influence can be traced through the most profitable sectors of Monaco and beyond. From luxury real estate along Avenue Princess Grace to private equity ventures in Paris and London, her investments form a web so intricate that even experts struggle to see its full reach. Whispers in financial circles call her the ghost investor. She never buys under her own name, preferring to use foundations, trusts, and silent partnerships. Every move seems one step ahead of the market, as if she anticipates trends before they exist. Some claim she quietly holds shares in luxury fashion houses. Others say she has interests in yacht manufacturing and high-end tech startups. But no one can confirm it, because that's her design. She built an empire that thrives on invisibility. Her power doesn't come from ownership alone, it comes from insight. She's rumored to have advisors stationed in every major financial hub, each one feeding her precise data about markets, art values, and geopolitical shifts. When others see opportunity, she's already invested. And when the market trembles, her assets barely move. While Zeus's public empire shines in the open, hers operates like a pulse beneath the city's marble streets, steady, essential, unstoppable. She understands what many billionaires forget. True control doesn't come from being known, but from being impossible to trace. As Monaco dazzles under its glittering lights, her influence flows quietly through its veins. To the world, she's just Zeus's wife. But those who follow the money know better. Behind every luxury tower, every art auction, every discreet offshore deal, there's a pattern that always leads back to her. And the question everyone's afraid to ask is simple. How much of Monaco does she already own? Every kingdom needs two forces to stay balanced, one to lead in the light and one to guide from the shadows. In Monaco, that balance is embodied by Zeus and his wife, a pair whose partnership redefines what it means to share power. They are not opposites, they are reflections of the same ambition. Zeus dominates headlines, commanding respect through presence and charisma, while she commands silence, the kind that bends influence without words. Together, they form a power structure so seamless that it's hard to tell where his empire ends and hers begins. Their story isn't built on traditional romance, it's built on alignment. While others see them as a glamorous couple, insiders know their bond runs deeper, a shared understanding that power isn't meant to be displayed, it's meant to be multiplied. She advises, he executes, she anticipates, he acts. Their connection is both strategic and instinctive, turning their relationship into an empire in itself. When Zeus negotiates billion-dollar ventures, it's said her insight guides the deal. When he expands into new industries, her network clears the path long before he arrives. But power shared is never simple. Behind the elegance lies quiet tension, the constant push and pull between two forces equally capable of leading. Yet that friction doesn't break them, it sharpens them. It's what makes their influence unstoppable. In a city where alliances shift overnight, theirs remains unshakable because it's built on something rarer than love or loyalty. It's built on mutual understanding of power itself. They've become Monaco's ultimate enigma, a partnership where both rule but neither needs to claim the throne. And as the world watches Zeus build his empire, few realize that every move, every triumph, every new horizon carries her silent signature. The question isn't who leads, it's who truly decides when the game begins. In a place like Monaco, where elegance hides competition and smiles mask ambition, even silent power draws enemies. The wife of Zeus may move gracefully through this world, but every step she takes stirs quiet ripples among those who wish they could stand where she does. Other women of the elite study her every move, trying to imitate her fashion, her influence, even her way of speaking softly and being heard loudly. But imitation only breeds frustration, because what she has can't be copied. It's not style or fortune, it's presence. Whispers fill the private lounges and marble hallways. Who is she really, and how does she hold so much sway? Some say she has the loyalty of people money can't buy, art dealers, advisors, diplomats, while others claim her calm demeanor hides a sharp strategist who never forgets a slight. In a social circle where alliances shift as quickly as champagne glasses are refilled, she remains untouchable. Every attempt to undermine her seems to dissolve before it begins, leaving rivals wondering if she anticipated their every move. Yet, she never reacts, never responds. Her silence disarms them. While others compete for attention, she stays still, letting their noise expose their own weakness. That is her most dangerous talent, turning envy into her advantage. By saying nothing, she forces everyone else to speak her name. Behind the glitter and grace, power in Monaco is a silent contest of patience, and she plays it better than anyone. The more they talk, the higher she rises. The more they conspire, the stronger she appears. In a world where reputation is everything, hers is flawless. Not because she defends it, but because no one can touch it. And as the city's elite gather for another night of luxury, they all wonder the same thing. How do you challenge someone who never even steps into the arena? Every generation in Monaco has its legends, the princes, the tycoons, the visionaries, but few ever speak about the women who quietly built legacies behind them. Zeus's wife isn't just part of his empire, she's shaping what will come after it. Her story is no longer about standing beside power, it's about defining it for the future. While many see her as a figure of mystery, those who watch closely see something far greater, a woman turning influence into impact, wealth into purpose, and silence into legacy. She's known to support emerging artists and fund environmental projects under anonymous foundations. Schools, hospitals, and cultural initiatives across Europe quietly list her as a benefactor. She doesn't attend ribbon cuttings or galas. She lets the results speak for her. In a world obsessed with recognition, she values contribution without credit. Her goal isn't to be remembered as Zeus's wife, it's to create a Monaco that thrives beyond their lifetime. Through her initiatives, she's redefining what it means to be powerful in the modern world. Power, for her, isn't about domination, it's about direction. She invests in ideas that will outlive luxury, in values that will outshine fame. Those who once saw her as a silent figure now realize she's the architect of a legacy far more enduring than gold or glamour. And yet, she never claims the spotlight. The most remarkable thing about her influence is how invisible it remains. She's crafting the next chapter of Monaco's evolution, one decision at a time, while the world continues to wonder who truly holds the reins. Perhaps that's the greatest irony of all. Zeus may have built the empire, but she's the one ensuring it will never fall. And as the waves of the Mediterranean reflect the lights of Monte Carlo each night, her quiet empire continues to grow, unseen yet unforgettable. In the glittering heart of Monaco, where power is often loud and fleeting, she remains proof that true influence doesn't need an audience. The wife of Zeus has become more than a mystery. She's a symbol of timeless control, grace, and intelligence. Her silence built an empire, her presence shaped a dynasty, and her choices continue to redefine what it means to rule in the modern world. She stands not behind Zeus, but beside him, equal in vision, unmatched in composure, and unshakable in power. Her story reminds us that the greatest legacies aren't written in headlines, but in quiet moments of decision that change everything. And maybe that's the secret of her reign, the power to move the world without ever asking to be seen. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden world of Monaco's most powerful woman, Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Inside the Billionaires, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world of luxury, power, and untold influence. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.